Margaret Thatcher-admiring Sanae Takaichi welcomed by an Australian Prime Minister forged by left-wing Labor politics. From different sides of the ideological tracks, bonding over shared electoral and spousal connections.
Your love for Australia is shown by the fact that you had your honeymoon here.
My honeymoon destination was actually to the Great Barrier Reef, and I did scuba diving with my husband. I hope that you will visit with Ms Jodie to Nara in Japan as well.
Prime Minister Takaichi's visit comes on the 50th anniversary of the Basic Treaty of Friendship and Cooperation, also known as the Nara Treaty. It was initiated by Anthony Albanese's political hero, Gough Whitlam, and signed in 1976 by Malcolm Fraser. As now, that agreement emerged amid the geopolitical turmoil of a global energy shock.
Today, again facing an energy shock and global instability, we affirm the strength of our special strategic partnership.
The two countries have built a relationship as frontrunners in cooperation among like-minded countries by advancing pioneering security cooperation at a level that could be described as quasi-allies.
The two leaders today signed agreements on defence, critical minerals, energy and economic cooperation, which aim to reduce vulnerabilities exposed by the conflict in the Middle East.
It will mean more security for farmers when they are planting their crop, and more certainty for commuters filling up their car.
Beneath the diplomatic niceties and coded language, there was no mistaking challenges at play. Australia and Japan's defence relationship is growing ever closer, exemplified by last year's decision to buy 3 Japanese-built Megami frigates at a cost of $10 billion, underscoring the government's recent assertion there is no country in the world with whom Australia has a greater strategic alignment than Japan.
Although the strategic environment surrounding our two nations are becoming increasingly difficult, we have consistently and actively contributed to the regional peace and stability as the region's stabilising force.
There was no opportunity today for the press to question either leader. It's likely Takaichi would have been asked about reports the Albanese government was considering populist calls for a 25% tax on Australian gas exports, something the Prime Minister ruled out last week.
Our joint statement on energy security reaffirms our commitment to navigate the current energy crisis together and maintain open trade flows of essential energy goods, including liquid fuels and gas.
We've been really, I would say, an indispensable partner over decades for Japan around energy security. But there are some complications in that discussion around energy security as well.
Llewellyn Hughes is the director of an ANU institute with a focus on climate change and the energy transition in the Asia-Pacific.
The Australian government, for example, has carried out a gas market review, and there have been concerns in Japan that this might impact some of the projects which Japan has invested in the eastern seaboard.
Prime Minister Takaichi's presence hints at the degree to which Japan is worried about Australian energy supply, just as Anthony Albanese's recent treks to Singapore, Brunei and Malaysia were partly about abating domestic angst about fuel stocks.
Australia and Japan have been almost perfectly aligned in the energy sector for decades. Australia has provided coal and gas to Japan. But there's no guarantee that we're going to continue to be as aligned as we have been in the past as we move forward to decarbonise our economies.
If there were tensions over energy security, the Prime Ministers did their best to hide them, preferring to celebrate common interests, with Anthony Albanese understood to be giving his rock music-loving counterpart a black drum skin, hand-signed by members of AC/DC, while she's giving him 2 vinyl records from Japanese bands, one titled The World's on Fire.
Sana and I will spend more time together later today, and we will continue our discussions, including on issues like heavy metal music and other important matters of state.